My name is Richard Boone, and I've got a secret.
I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
Good evening. My name is Gary Moore. Have a cigarette. We'll smoke. Nice to have you with us tonight on a snowy night in New York City. The snow has stopped, of course, but the beautiful air. I wish you could be here. We had 5 inches of snow last night, and tonight the city is covered with a beautiful mantle of dark brown slush. But our panel is on hand, and so that is all we need. Let us meet them now. To begin with, there is Bill Cullen, and then there is Miss Jane Meadows, and Sir Henry Morgan. And tonight we welcome back a very dear friend of ours, one of the prettiest and certainly one of the most talented of the actresses today, Miss Betsy Palmer. Nice to have you with us tonight, Betsy, not only tonight but in the coming months.
So nice to be back again. This
Good.
is my first family, my first panel family.
Very true, and we're
it's
proud
like
of
coming
it.
home again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've got good news for all of us here concerning our friend Fay. Fay Emerson and Tyrone Power, as you know, opened their 40-city tour of Shaw's play Back to Methuselah in Orlando, Florida, last Monday night. And we have some of the reviews in. Here's what the Orlando Sentinel-Star had to say. Quote, "The cast is excellent. The production is first-rate. Back to Methuselah glitters." Close quote. And after last night's performance in Sarasota, Florida, the local Herald Tribune Journal had this to say: both Tyrone Power and Miss Fay Emerson deserve the highest praise for their convincing performances. So it looks like they have a hit on their hands. Now then, with good news from our loved ones, how about playing the game? You all set, panel?
Why, sure.
May we have then our first contestant, please? Good evening. Nice to have you with us. Now then, panel, these 3 gentlemen standing behind me do not speak English. They are from Argentina. Your questions, therefore, will be interpreted by Mrs. Ortiz here. Mrs. Ortiz, will you ask the gentlemen to give us their names and their occupation, please?
Su nombre y su profesión.
Jorge Tinirelo, tenedor de libros.
He's a bookkeeper.
It's a bookkeeper.
Roberto del Fabro, mecánico.
He's a mechanic.
Francisco Giusti, contador.
He's an accountant.
So we have a bookkeeper, an accountant, and a mechanic. Now, Mrs. Ortiz, if you will whisper their secret to me, we will reveal it at the same time to the audience at home. All right, to help classify their secret, panel, I'll tell you it concerns something that they did, and Bill Cullen, we'll start with you.
Buenas noches, senores.
Yeah, pretty good.
Es muy... muy nice out. Frio. Oh, that's my whole Spanish lesson thing. Miss Ortiz...
Mrs. Ortiz.
Perdón. Mi perdón. Senora. Senorita.
Senora.
Senora, my Spanish is great. This thing, did they do something? These gentlemen?
¿Ustedes hicieron algo?
Sí.
Yes.
Sí. Muy bien?
Muy bien.
Sí.
Sí. How do you say fun, Jane? Fun.
Fun?
Fun. Did it concern somebody of the opposite senorita?
No lo hicieron con muchachas.
No, con muchachas.
Did it concern a caballero or caballeros?
No, ni con caballeros. No.
Did it concern anybody?
It concerned these 3 caballeros.
Just these three gentlemen.
caballeros, yes.
Was it an athletic thing you gentlemen did?
No fue algo atlético, ¿verdad?
No.
Mental?
Mental,
Tampoco.
Emotional?
emocional.
Sí.
See?
Now, wait a minute. I don't speak this language, but I dig the way the conversation goes. To some degree, it was emotional, and to some degree, it was physical, and to some degree, it was mental. We would have to say it was made up of all those things. To be perfectly honest, I would have to say it was principally physical. All right,
Gracias, senor producer.
20 pesos down and $60 to go. And we go to Jane, please.
This is a physical, emotional act that they did. Is that right? Sounds very interesting. Did they do it in Argentina?
Si ustedes lo hicieron en Argentina.
Sí, en Argentina. Parte del recorrido, sí.
Part of it.
Part of it.
Partly. And partly here, possibly?
Yes.
An emotional thing. Are they in show business by any chance?
Ustedes no están en el teatro.
No.
Oh, no, it's a bookkeeper, a mechanic, and an accountant. Well, they could be very talented.
And don't let this emotional thing run away with you too much. It was a physical thing, and we can say that there was some small amount of emotion involved. But
Have they,
disregard
by
it.
any chance, recently been married, any of them?
Ustedes no están casados
No,
reciente.
The name of this act is Have Yen Will Marry.
Would transportation be involved in what they did?
¿Ustedes el secreto es transportación? ¿Transportación? El secreto de ustedes tiene transportación, sí.
Would this transportation be in the air?
¿Por el aire?
No.
No.
In a boat?
¿Por bote?
No.
Vapor.
Not in a boat.
$40 down and $40 to go, and they go to Henry Morgan.
Just a lonely moment here. To get here from Argentina and not fly and not take a boat, let's say it's uphill all the way. Did you drive part of the way?
¿Si manejaron?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you drive all the way?
¿Todo el camino manejaron?
Sí.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Can you do that? It's some of it's pretty tough.
There's the new thing.
No,
If
they-
you
the
can,
highway's
it's going to
not
be a
finished there.
surprise to them.
Well, anyway,
Maybe they
is
finished it
the
and they
idea...
drove
Please, you're new here. Pity, but did you three drive together from Argentina here?
Si los tres manejaron de Argentina hasta aquí.
Sí.
Yes.
Did you... Wait a minute. Did you keep going? Did you go further?
No, si manejaron más lejos de Argentina, si manejaron más lejos de los Estados Unidos. No, hasta los Estados Unidos. From Argentina.
Well, I'm satisfied with where it is now.
You are? Well, if you're happy, let's buzz the buzzer. $60 down and $20 to go, and we go to Betsy Palmer, please.
But that isn't their whole secret, just driving from Argentina to here.
It would be enough, but there is more to
But
it.
there is more to it. Was it a special kind of car?
Si fue un carro especial que ustedes hicieron esto.
No es especial.
No,
es
no.
especial.
But was it a
Let
car?
us say it was a special car, but not a special kind. Now, you
But
can
I mean,
argue-
like, was it like a little sports car, all three of them jammed up together in it?
No fue un auto bien
I mean, something
pequeño,
different.
alemán, nada
No,
así.
No,
No, no, no, no, no.
No, Alemán.
Would it be important for me to know what kind of a car it was?
But it's too late. The panelists defeated $80 to nothing. They drove from Buenos Aires, Argentina, to New York in a 1918 Chevrolet. Now, as the crow flies, the distance is roughly 6,000 miles. By the roads that they had to take, it was actually 18,000 miles. They started out May 1st in 1957 with $500 among them. On November 3rd, 6 months later, they arrived in New York broke. I know you'd like to see the car. Will you open the curtains, please? Gary? Yes, Henry.
I must say, I don't want to make an enemy of the company, but they just don't make them that way anymore.
And these gentlemen will tell you it's just as well. They drove this car 14 hours a day, and although their average speed when moving was 25 miles per hour, it was enough to overheat the radiator at least once every hour, and sometimes more. Each time they had to stop and let it cool off. Then when they passed through Bolivia, the altitude made the car heat up so constantly that they ended up by pushing the car through most of Bolivia. Let me tell you some more things. Will you excuse me, Mrs. Ortiz? Some more things about this remarkable vehicle. Their biggest problem, of course, was in finding spare parts for the car, because obviously there aren't too many 1918 automobiles around. So they would dig up parts from newer models and then refashion them to fit this particular car, and they made it. Now, they used up 6 sets of spark plugs, 8 sets of distributor points, 2 generators, once broke the shift on a hill, but still they made it. Now, these wheels presented still more problems. 3 of the wheels had to have new spokes, and these are wooden spokes, so they had to fashion them themselves. They had 11 flat tires, which they patched themselves. And once, while traveling over a mountain pass, a wheel broke entirely off, fell over the cliff, and they had to get out and walk back down the mountain, pick up the wheel, bring it up, and put it back on it. But they made it. Besides that, they broke 12 axles, 2 balancing rods, changed the brake shoes 30 times, and once the car broke down in the middle of a stream in Bolivia. They were a little worried about that because it was a deserted spot and they had no food. But they were lucky. A car happened along and rescued them 5 days later. But they made it. The only thing it didn't give out was the battery. They never have had any language barrier, any language difficulty in the entire trip until they met our panel, and I've got a secret tonight. Mrs. Ortiz, will you ask the gentlemen, inasmuch as they did this for the sport and the accomplishment, was it worth the effort?
Si ustedes creen que valió la pena hacer esto.
And I was delighted to hear, I think I heard correctly, that they are now desirous of becoming United States citizens. Is that true?
Ustedes quieren hacer ciudadanos americanos.
Well, we can use some of that kind of stick-to-itiveness here. I want to give you your money that you have won and 3 cartons of Winston cigarettes. Mrs. Ortiz, if you will be custodian. Gentlemen, gracias. ¿Cómo está? Frijoles. Frijoles, that means beans, doesn't it?
Beans.
That was a nice thought, anyhow. I would like very much to have us greet our next guest, and here he is. Will you tell our panel, please, what your name is and where you're from?
My name's Sergeant First Class Cabot M. Wilkinson. I'm in the 147th Explosive Ordnance Disposal Squad at Fort Lee, Virginia.
Now, this is Sergeant Wilkinson, and he is at Fort Lee, Virginia, and he is member of a bomb disposal squad. So now, Sergeant Wilkinson, if you will whisper your secret to me, we will reveal it to the folks at home. All right, Sergeant Wilkinson. To classify his secret, I'll tell you it concerns something that he has and how he got it. And we'll start with Bill, please.
Sergeant Wilkinson, I'm going to start out with a wild, frightening guess. You're with a bomb disposal squad. This thing that you have with you, is it something of which you couldn't dispose of? I mean, is it something... Have you got a bomb with you?
No.
You haven't?
And furthermore, Bill, it has not been established that he has it with him. We just said something that he has and how he got it.
Oh. This thing that you have, wherever it is it an old bomb that maybe didn't go off?
No.
Like many of the shows I've done in my life. Sergeant, this thing you have, do you have it in your house?
No, I do not.
Do you have it on your property?
Do you have it on your property at present?
No, I do not.
No, he does not. $20 down and $60 to go, and we go to Jane Meadows, please.
Did we establish, Gary, that Sergeant Wilkinson does not have whatever it is on the stage now?
We
No.
didn't, but we have now.
He doesn't have it.
True.
Is this something that you would run across in military service?
I doubt it.
Is there something very unusual about your having this thing, from the audience's laughter?
I would say it would be an odd thing for the sergeant to have.
Is it an odd thing for a man to have?
Could be.
We give you a positive yes on that. $40 down and $40 to go, and we go to Henry Morgan, please.
Well, Sergeant, this thing you have, is it a thing? That is, I just heard what I said, and, well, all right. Is it an object?
Yes, it is.
Is it a large object?
No.
How do you know what I mean by large? Is it something you can carry in your pocket?
Is it something you could carry in your pocket?
Could be.
Do you ever?
I think it's hardly likely, isn't it? Let me ask the folks.
Is this a live...
The folks in the studio audience know more about this. ladies in the audience in particular say no.
It's a live object?
Is it live?
No, it is not,
No.
sir.
$60 down and $20 to go when we go to a very puzzled Betsy Palmer, and I don't blame her.
Well, this is something to do with women, then, doesn't it? That a woman would be more likely to have it, Sergeant Wilkinson, than a man would, even though you have it.
That's true.
Well, then, is it wearing apparel of some sort?
No, it is not.
It is not. But is it something that adorns a lady's body?
No, it doesn't.
Does it touch any part of her body?
No,
Is it
doesn't.
something she uses
I
in...
believe when properly applied, it would at times touch the body. True?
No? Well-
No, man. You heard the answer.
That's a big...
Yes.
It does. It
Yes.
does or it doesn't?
I'm out of my depth
No.
there.
No? Well, is it something that has to do with her lady's chores around the house?
No.
Willy-nilly, we are defeated. $80 have gone to Sergeant Wilkinson. Will you tell them what your secret is, sir?
I won a hair dryer and an NCO club bingo party.
He won a hairdryer in a bingo game. Oh, boy. You could sure use that. Sir, here is your money. Here are your Winston cigarettes. Put your hat on before you catch cold, and much luck to you. Thank you. Well, all right, now, here we are, and it is time for us to meet a very special gentleman tonight. A real nice guy and the bright star of a popular new series, Have Gun, Will Travel. Here is Mr. Richard Boone. And don't start nothing with him. Now, panel, in keeping with our policy of making our guests feel at home, you are going to have to ask your questions in what we might call the adult Western style. Now, Dick, I know that on your own show you play a quite literate character. I believe the Paladin even quotes Shakespeare, plays chess and things. True. But I am of the older school. I go back to the days of the Gary Cooper Westerns when, you know, the Western star never used two words when he could use one. So all of your questions must be phrased in one word. Our answers will be given to you in one word. Now, so that we have the proper movie-style feeling to this, we want to add some Western flavor to the music. We've arranged for our old Western friend Carl Kress from our daytime show to bring his guitar out here. Give us a little quiet music. Howdy, partner. Now then, Dick, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll let those hombres out there see it at the same time.
Right.
All right, we'll start the questioning with Bill Cullen, and to help classify Richard Boone's secret, it concerns something he's going to do, and remember, Bill, only one word per question. Something he's going to do.
Sure starting with the wrong guy for the one word.
One word.
Now?
Now.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism?
Nope.
Indigenous?
No.
Nice?
No.
Fun?
Nope.
Bad?
Yeah.
Ugh, sort of. I mean, ugh. Ugh? I mean, ugh. Fast?
20. Jane?
Here?
Yep.
Me?
Nope.
Good.
Oh.
Here?
Nope.
Here?
Yep.
Hurry.
Unkind. 40.
Why?
Hank? Question?
Why? Painful?
Yeah.
Embarrassing? Quit.
Back.
Here. Amusing?
Yeah.
Me?
No.
Uh-huh.
60.
Sorry.
Bets?
Amusing.
Yeah.
No.
Audience?
Yes. Hope.
Western.
Yep.
Real.
Yep.
Rope.
No.
Gun.
Yep.
Henry, Dick Boone's secret is that he is going to have a gunfight with you. Here's your weapon, sir.
It's unfair to him.
Well, I'll tell you, Henry, we figure that he's had so much more experience than you've had that to even this thing out, we're going to put blindfolds on both of you. This way, you've both got an equal chance. So, I put the blindfold on. Excuse. Hat. Gun at side, please. Oh, there's a cap on the end of this thing. How does it open? Oh, no, sorry. Here, that's it. I wish I'd done it. Dick? Where are they? I'll tell you when to fire. All right, gentlemen, hold your rifles down by your sides. At the count of 3, raise your rifle and shoot. 1, 2, 3. Dick Boone.
I expected no less.
Henry, back to Boot Hill.
You're unfair.
Thank you, partner.
Dick, a million thanks to you. Continued good luck with Have Gun Will Trap.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Thank you, Pepper. 30 seconds. I got 30 seconds to justify myself. When we were thinking out this final spot, I ordered a horse to go into the thing, and then it turned out we didn't have time to use him, but he cost us money, so I want you to see him anyhow. So, friends, until I see you hombres 2 weeks from now, Henry Morgan's taking over next week. Goodbye, Wranglers.
This is one of Mark Goodson, Bill Trotman production. Miss Meadows Gown by Sorrell. This is John Cannon speaking.